Good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure for me to stay in contact with you. I am in charge of doing this model number 4, that is related with the Sagistopedia method. Uh, well, I hope that you review all your copies that are related to this model and have the opportunity to ask me some questions if you have some doubts. Okay? So let's going to begin. Okay, well, as Willie said before, we're going to talk about module number 4, Sagistopedia method. My name is Maria Rodriguez. Um, if you have any doubt, don't doubt to ask me questions. Thank you. Well, this is the agenda for today. Uh, we are going to begin reading the agenda, the welcome, brain gym that we are going to do in the face-to-face uh, work, introduction, um, brainstorming, take up some knowledge first, well, the strengths, ideas. We are going to have a model class, and also we are going to make some conclusions about this model. And then, well, I'm going to say farewell and thank you for stay with me in contact. Well, today we're going to work model number 4 that talk about Sagistopedia method. This model is divided in 3 units. Unit number 1, about the method. Okay? Let's going to talk about the method. Sagistopedia is a method that was developed by George Lozanov. Okay, the word says Sagistopedia and is related with suggestion. The method has been used in different fields of studies. Okay, also it's very important for this method not to have any kind of barrier. We have to follow some steps in order to apply this method. Okay. In this method, also, um, there aren't any kind of limits in the language. Language is learning was found to be a process in which one can easily measure how much and how fast something is learned. Eh, This theory is applied especially for positive suggestion. And this positive suggestion is related with teaching. However, this method has improved by this person, Georgy Lozanov. It has probably some advantages and also some disadvantages, okay, that we have to take about them later, okay? As I said before, the Suggestopedia comes from word suggestion and pedagogy. And these have to represent about all the process that comes in our brain. You know, for example, that as teachers, we have to focus especially in the way that we are going to learn our students. Okay, we are. I think that this is our principal matter. Be conscious about that. Well, the second unit that we are going to develop has to deal with some key concepts. And unit number 3 also uh, has to talk with the Sagistopedia class. Here in this part, I'm going to follow a model class. Okay, let's going to begin. What is the Suggestopedia method? The Suggestopedia method is important, no? It's important for helping our students how to learn easily without having any kind of barrier that sometimes block our students' learning. So it's important to know that. What are their principles or what are its principles? Well, it has three principles. One of these is joy. Joy. The students has to joy, okay? Have to feel safely. And also absence of tension. So in this way, we have to create a special environment where our students also have to be psycho relaxation. Okay, with this psycho relaxation, our students probably are going to be very happy and also concentrate in what they are going to learn. Also, music. Music is very important. Here we have a question with music. Why music is important in this method? Well, music and arts has a particular importance here for this method. Why? Because they are going to pretend be as brain integrator, okay? In order to have some relation between the conscious and paraconscious. We know that we have two brain hemispheres, the midbrain and the brainstem. Okay, so the importance of music in this method has to deal especially with the kinds of beats that each music has. For this method, it's important to have at least 60 beats, and this kind of beats you are going to follow in classical music. Okay? Well, and the third principle that we have to to deal with is continuous affirmation, to recognize, to reach out for, and link with innate abilities or reserve capacities to learn, heal, and grow. Okay, our students have to be conscious always with positive affirmations. They can do it well, okay? Any negative stimulus is prohibited. Our students have to be relaxed, have to enjoy the where we are going to to teach them. No worries, no barriers, everything positive. Okay, it's important in this case so that our students have to feel confident with the language. We have to apart anxiety and also we have make them to relax. To relax. Also, I think that if we take into account, probably we are going to have a positive uh, response for our learners, in this case, our students. Okay, what about, um, okay, it's very important um, to take into account this part. Also, we know, for example, that the principle, one of the basic principle of this technique is to relax and concentrate. Okay, we have to activate our students' subconscious. Okay, and in order to retain structures and vocabulary. Okay, also it's necessary to create a good environment, a good atmosphere with soft lights and also Baroque music, okay? Uh, Places where they can learn, um, where they sit down comfortably. Maybe you can use a rug, maybe you can use a some kind of I say chairs, or maybe they can relax on a chair. Okay, all these components are important in order to develop this this um, this method. There are three things that we have to we have to consider, no? The authority, the infantilization, and also the rhythm and the intonation for this method. Of course, the teacher have to be positive all the time. And also, we can learn some important things about this, okay? So when our students feel comfortable, feel that the teacher always be positive with him, they are going to have a big retention, okay? Because there is no anxiety for the student. So the teacher have to create situations uh, that our students have to be receptive with the new language that they are going to learn. Also, um, to play games help them uh, a lot. Help them our students a lot. Okay. What about uh, this part? What are the 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 teacher's role? We talk about the teacher. Why music is important in this method? Music is very important, especially Baroque music. Why? Because Baroque music has between 60 and 70 beats, and these beats are related with the beats that our heart has. And we can find this music, for example, a Corelli author, Bach author, Handel author, and also Mozart with classical music, Baroque music. Okay, why music is very important in this method? Well, music is very important in this method because music are going to function as a integrator, as a brain integrator. That means that they are our the music um, are going to join both hemispheres. In this moment, it's time to asking questions. So if you have any doubt, Willie is going to to tell me the questions at the end. Okay, so here we have this important tree. Dr. Lozanov, that was the person who developed the Sagistopedia method, relate that we can learn the language in a natural way if our students doesn't have any kind of problems, okay? And that's why here according to this picture, we observe the birds, flowers, and also the tree, no? And it is related uh, that we can learn the language in the natural way, with any problems, with any barriers, etc. Here also we have to consider the brain gym that I suppose that you are applying in your classes. The brain gym is a ritual that we can follow every class, and our students are going to learn a lot because we prepare our brain to learn. Okay, you know that there are some specific exercises that we can do if we are going to decide developing any capacity. Okay, so the brain gym has to deal with the movement of the body. There are many kinds of exercise. If you want to develop, for example, reading comprehension, there are some specific exercise for the brain gym. If you want to develop the oral capacity, you have to develop also other kind of exercise from the brain gym. Okay. Also, we have to consider that our students have multiple intelligences, and our classes have to take into consideration the different kind of learning styles that our students have mixed with the multiple intelligence. So our work is really hard, okay? And also the emotional intelligence. Sometimes the emotional intelligence have to deal with the uh, uh, Triuno brain. I don't know if you listen about this theory, which says if we have students, a kind of students that are aggressive and they can control their emotion, is because they have probably the reptilian part of the brain that are very developed. So how they are going to change? Well, every time asking them, explaining them how to control themselves. Okay, they have to be emotional control. And also the music is very important. In all our class, we have to put kind of music because there are different kind of music that can relax our students. And when our students relax, they can work, they can feel comfortable, and also they can do many positive things in our class. Okay? Okay, these are the principles of the Sagistopedia method. Here, we consider different things. Okay? For example, a big input. If we don't bring big input to our students, okay, we have to consider this first, no? Here we have, for example, big input that have to deal with the global approach, no? Brain friendly, okay? Or we will have to consider that our students have to feel comfortable in our classes, no? And also they are going to do additional association emotionally, no? Change learning barriers, treat well our students, give them some, give them to, make them to feel comfortable, and also build up a positive attitude. Here we have some pictures about infantilization, okay? That our students have to feel what happened with children. They feel comfortable. they play with the things, they don't have problems, okay? Everybody likes to be like a child. That's why, no? And also aesthetics. We have to prepare the room, the classroom, the equipment that we are going to need, also the music, and also music is totally related with the art. What about dynamics? Our class have to be dynamic. Uh, they are going to learn if they can develop different kind of activities. They have time to play, okay? They have time to listen, also time to be active. So when we do all this activity, we consider the different learning styles that our students have. They need to move, they need to play, and also they need to listen. And here, this is a multi-sensory presentation. Always, no? We have students that are auditory, visual, okay, kinesthetic, they love movement, and also things that they have to touch. So it's very important to consider that, okay? Well, what are the keywords? Keywords. It's important to consider this, the test, no? These keywords are joining especially with the test. How is going to be the test in a Sagistopedia class? Okay, the test is very important. We have to look for the test. The test in this Sagistopedia method is not long, it's short. And also the test uh, on the left hand, you have the test that in this case is in English. And in the right side, you have the test translated in the mother tongue. That means that the test must be in Spanish. Okay? Uh, and this is important because our students are not going to feel that they don't know anything because the test is in Spanish. Why is in Spanish? Because we have no barriers for them. They have to feel comfortable with the language. And if they know all the things that the probably the words that they don't know in Spanish, so they are going to um, eliminate anxiety because the, the words that they don't know are in Spanish. So they are going to feel comfortable with this. Okay? Uh, it's important to use the test material in this Sagistopedia. Every page that you are going to present to our students is divided into, as I said before, one with the target language and with the test, with the word, with the, sorry, one on, I say, on the left hand, the language that they are going to learn. And on the right side, uh, the test in the target language. Okay? So probably you, it's different for the other. There are some authors that says, no, why they are going to translate? But in this method, yes. There are two types of states. One is the internal states that has to deal with infantilization. That means that we have to create an environment. Our students have to be like a child. Okay, why like a child? Because they are going to increase their capacities for learning, perception, and also an intuitive part. And the other, so internal states, is infantilization and also pseudo-passivity. And what is the pseudo-passivity? Is the time to relax, no? A state of relax and concentration. And who is going to bring that? The music, okay? And the other, external states. The external states have to deal with the peripheral perceptions, everything that for the moment falls outside, the realm, the conscious, okay? And also emotional simultaneity. That means that all the things, uh, all the capacities that are positive, okay? Uh, the joy, the anticipation, the comfort, to feel confident, etc. Guide imaginary, no? And also visualization. Visualizations and guide imaginary are the most effective things that we can make helping by the music, okay? People observe, people visualize, and when they visualize something, they are going to learn more quickly. And also they are going to achieve the things that we want them to learn. The internal process of visualization or the imaginary dissolve internal barriers to memory and recall. And this is very important, okay? Because it's an advantage that our students are going to encourage, and also they are going to use it whenever it's possible. Imaginary and visualization describe a visual process. Yes. A visualization exercise is most effective when all the senses are brought into play. Remember, the more multisensory experience our students are going to have, the more long-term memory they are going to engage and going to engage to learning something. Okay? Affirmation and positive atmosphere. Affirmation. All our affirmations are important and have to be directed, related with the language. Okay? With words, with the tone of voice, with the facial expression. So uh, sometimes we as a teacher, our face show everything. Yes? If we have um, you say, I know I'm not angry, but maybe you have, you are like, you are making an expression that says different things. Probably we are not going to develop well this part. So it's important the facial expression, the body posture, uh, you can respect, you can transmit calm, can communicate calm to our students. So it's important to focus on positive behavior, okay? We have also to reinforce language and identities, no? And affirm students specific positive actions. Also, we have create a positive learning environment, no? In your classroom. Uh, I say prepare some special, particular space where our students can sit down on the rug, okay? using rugs, or maybe brings some cushions also, where they feel comfortable. I think if they feel comfortable, they are going to engage with our classes. Okay, so it's very important um, to engage our students in the class. Why? Because they are going to participate in an active way. Okay, um, here affirmations affirmation help them secure about. I say, for example, you say, you can do it. No, uh, also, I'm proud of you. So with this positive language, I'm sure with this affirmation, I'm sure that our students are capable to do many things. Okay, and also uh, remember to write these positive words um, in your classroom too, as a little posters. Make the students do them, okay? Because probably they are going to find some positive phrases to surround our classes with this. Probably they are going to feel good because they are going to say, I bring this poster. This is my poster. And they are going to feel comfortable, okay, with the positive atmosphere. Okay. So uh, we can use another positive affirmations like learning is fun. I learn very easily. I enjoy learning. I'm reaching all my goals. No, learning is relaxing. I can learn whatever I wish. Um, I remember perfectly. Other kind of affirmations uh, also you can use it for the positive class. Okay, so let's going to continue. Yes, let's going to explain the deciphering part. No, the phases. What are the phases? Well, deciphering is the first part. Okay. Uh, In this case, the learning outcome identifies specific information about vacations activities. Let's read the following test. Okay, here uh, I mean I have a test that I'm going to share with you. In what consists? I'm going to read the test, and probably you are going to help me to set, for example, to find. For the deciphering, the teacher is going to present some new words that are going to include in the reading. Okay, the teacher presents the reading, presents the words, the new vocabulary that are going to be included in the reading, and then the students are be conscious about what are the new words they are going to learn. Here you can consider probably verbs with nouns, probably adjectives, probably places. Okay, let's go into read I explained the deciphering part. So in this part, the teacher have to present lexical cards. Sometimes these lexical cards uh, have a specific purpose. Probably the teacher wants to know some new vocabulary that are going to follow by the reading. Okay? So maybe you can combine presenting, the verbs with nouns, or maybe we can present the adjectives. But here, uh, identify specific information about vacation activities. Okay, let's read the following test. I have just come back from a beautiful vacation trip. I want to tell you how interesting it was. My family and I went on a two-week vacation to Tumbes. We stayed in a resort in Punta Sal, located on the northern coast of Peru. You can enjoy the peace and quiet. The weather is wonderful. It's warm and the sun shines all day long. We spent a wonderful time together. We did a lot of things. We had breakfast at the hotel at 8 a.m. Then we went camping at the beach. We did different activities there. My siblings and I went swimming in the sea. We played ping pong, soccer, and volleyball. My brother Brian built a sand castle. Sister Jennifer walked by the seashore. My parents were always sitting near the tent looking at us. Before coming back to Lima, we went to the manglers of Tumbes. We also visit Tumbes City. Like to be there. I hope you can come to visit us again, and you could go there. Write soon and tell me about your vacation, David. Okay, this test was taken from page 5, book 5, sorry, page 51. In this case, before doing the reading, the teacher are going to present, okay, the specific purpose. In this case, vacation activities. What vacation activities probably the teacher is going to consider in this reading? Well, the different places this person, in this case, David, no, do in Tumbes. Okay, so active concert. Okay, for this active concert, I'm going to present following all these active concert. First, we have to reinforce the active concert. Okay, the active concert, how you are going to develop this in a class. Uh, as you observe in the picture, the teacher is standing upright position. The teacher is going to breathe deeply. They have to eye contact because as you observe how our students are sitting, okay? Our students are sitting like a moon, yeah, in a semicircle. So the teacher can have eye contact with everybody, okay? After emphasize new concepts or deciphering, and they are going to develop clear speech, voice, start from the music, and some pauses. Remember, in this case, you have to consider a classical music, no, that are going to bring early romanticism. Okay, let's going to do the activity in order to do how it works. Let's read Lucy the Singing Birds. Sophia has two cats. Their names are Osmin and Kitty. Osmin is black. Osmin has green eyes. Osmin is black with green eyes. Kitty is brown. Kitty has blue eyes. Kitty is brown with blue eyes. They are fast. They are beautiful. They are fast and beautiful. Sophia has a bird too. Her name is Lucy. Lucy is yellow. Lucy has black eyes. Lucy is yellow with black eyes. Lucy sings every day. Osmin and Kitty try to discover who is singing. They look everywhere. finally, they see who is singing. It's Lucy. They sit and watch her sing. Okay, so I read Lucy, the singing bird, doing active concert. Okay, remember that when we are going to develop the active concert, you have to consider all these things. Repetition, deep breathing, eye contact, the concepts that you have to emphasize in the decipher part, clear speech, voice is an instrument, okay, that serve some poses, especially classical music, okay? So, next, what about the passive concert? For the passive concert, uh, that you have to concentrate relaxation, you have to do ritual, reserve potential, overcoming barriers, mind, body, emotions, association with music tests, new change, new change, uh, also change music in the new text. This is, I'm going to use a new text, okay? We have to improve memory, creativity. As we talked about music before, I say that we have to consider Baroque music. Baroque from music from Bach, maybe for Corelli, maybe for Handel, that has 60 beats, like our heart, okay? That that are going to relax, okay? So, okay. What about the passive concert? What is the difference between active concert and passive concert? Okay? In the passive concert, you are not going to use music. This is the difference. Uh, for this activity, for the passive concert, you are going to read one page a minute. Voice have to match with music. Volume, pitch, speed. Okay? Future pace. It's going to read our reading. Okay? Now, music is going to concert. Okay? Our reading is health problems. Let's read health problems. Okay. Passive concert. I'm going to read about health problems. Hi, Andrea. How are you doing? Oh, great. How about you? Not so good. I went to the doctor and he said I was overweight. He also told me I need to lose 5 kilos. Did you ask him for some advice? He told me I had to practice sports and eat healthy food. So, I suppose you will do that. What the doctor told you to do? Yes, of course. I'm glad to hear that. You have to take care of yourself. Okay? So, in this case, we consider a concert, pauses, also voice match music, volume, pitch, etc. No music is played. Stop. Well, classical music is very important. Very important. We to listen music has many purposes. You can listen music for entertainment, um, that refresh, security. Okay. Also, research work integrates both hemispheres, Mozart effects, improve creativity, relieves stress, increasing efficiency. Yes, a powerful effect on emotion, motivation, understanding, mood. This is very important. Also, atmosphere, to create an artistic atmosphere. For example, when you go to any place that you are going to listen, probably kind of music to relax, music for in order to wait the function, no, or to prepare the atmosphere. Uh, Classical music also learning as a tool, no, a career, primer, as a facilitator, concerts, yes, the material, have to create, receptive mind, learning is a state. Well, here we have a complete chart about this part. And what we understand here, the pseudo-passivity. Pseudo-passivity, uh, we are going to use the pseudo-passivity. This is another name that we use for the passive concept, pseudo-passivity. Okay? Reserve the capacities are shown most fully, overcomes, creates a condition of trust and infantilization. So here, uh, it's time to listen different kinds of classical music. We're going to learn some from different kinds of music. This music is from Corelli, for example. Here we're going to listen another, the Handel music. Here we have one that is well known from Vivaldi, Spring Season. Yeah? One, another one. Okay. Okay. We also can use instrumental music and also some music that have, I say, 60 beats, like our heart. Okay. So here we have the Corefo books that has in primary, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 5, and 6, and the resume about deciphering, no, that we have to consider in our um, session, deciphering, the active concert, that we are going to use music, the passive concert, where we are going to probably to listen the same reading, but without music, okay? And the last part, the elaboration, where we have the opportunity to our students to practice what they learn. If we are going, they have the opportunity to produce little by little what was the learning object. Okay? And in this moment, I'm going to read, to begin with the demo class, explaining in the orally way how I develop this 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 session. Okay, first, well, um, I'm going to do first in the prelude. No, uh, I'm going to stick some pictures of some musical instruments and cards. The cards are going to have the action verbs on the board, and I'm going to say the name of the topic. I'm going to ask the question. Say the topic. What is an orchestra? Okay. And in this part, I'm going to decode the code part. Uh, I'm going to point a picture with a picture of orchestra and ask the students to listen and repeat the word, miming at the same time. Remember that I'm going to present different kinds of instrument that an orchestra has. So they are going to probably do with the same activities and listen. Okay, I'm going to do in this moment the active concert. The students are going to receive a, a paper. On this paper, they are going to have what I say. Okay, what I say that when they receive the students, they are going to have the reading in two parts. One of these parts on the left side, they are going to have the English version, and on the right side, they are going to have the Spanish version. In this case, I use both. I use also in the reading some pictures in order to help to know the different things. Okay, uh, so it's very important to consider this part. Okay. Oh, well, I'm going to begin the part, the concert part. Okay. In the concert part, remember, the students have to follow you to read. Okay, to use the music. I'm looking for the music. Okay. An orchestra is a group of musicians who play together various instruments. An orchestra can have more than 20 musical instruments. Musical instruments are organized in four groups: strings, brass, wind, and percussion. Guitar, violin, and cello are considered string instruments. Brass instruments are the trumpet, French horn, and tuba. Wind instruments are the flute, clarinet, and basso. And the drums, xylophone, are cymbals, are percussion instruments. The conductor is a person who directs the orchestra and selects the music. Okay. After doing this part, okay, I'm going to develop the passive concert. That is reading the text again without music. Okay. So in the elaboration part, I'm going to play music, but I'm going to develop the listening comprehension reading. Okay. I'm going to give the students the reading, and they have to underline the verbs and circle all the instruments that an orchestra has. This is my first activity. My second activity, eh, students are listen and draw one piece in a piece of paper, uh, the instruments I mentioned. Okay? And then, yeah, and then uh, uh, so in this part elaboration, we are going to bring the students the opportunity to do many things, okay? And the last part, the production. Students put in a wallpaper on the board, um, uh, teacher put color papers, and spontaneously students participate making their own sentences. If they feel confident, if they feel uh, uh, good to do that activity. Okay, so this is the production part. So with this, I try to explain um, what was the micro teaching in this way, and here we have. I'm going to say thank you to all the participants, and I'm waiting for the part, the question part that we have to do it at the end. Okay. So, así que thank you very much for your participation. I hope to help you reinforce some parts that probably weren't so clear when you read this model. And if you have any doubt, please let me know in order to help you. Thank you very much. That's all with me.
Bien, María, voy a enviarte las preguntas que han hecho llegar Jenny Candia primero.
Can you read? Yeah. Do we need to play the Baroque music during all the lesson when it's indicated to play this kind of music? Okay. We are going to play only the Baroque music for the active part first, the Baroque music. When they are developing or when they are doing the elaboration part, that is, they are making probably some activities to reinforce what do you want to learn, okay? What do you want them to learn? You can play also instrumental music, not necessarily Baroque. Baroque music you are going only to play when you are developing the active concept. Okay? Yeah. I just answered the question.
Ya.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Te envío la siguiente pregunta.
Another question?
Sí.
Yeah, okay.
Pregunta.
Most of the classical music has 60 beats. 60 bits. Why 60 bits? You know, for example, that average of our heartbeats are between 60, no? That's why we have to choose this kind of music, okay?
Jesús Paico.
Yeah. 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 Can we say that children learn according to moods? Okay. I think that the children can learn According to moods, yes, I think yes. Because if let's suppose that our student, in this case a children, uh, has a bad day or comes to the class in bad mood, how you are going to change this bad mood? Maybe doing the Sagistopedia method. But how you are going to apply with these children, uh, talking with him, uh, but uh, with different things. Not talk about the problem, what happened, what's the problem. No, make them talking about them other different things that he can forget his bad mood. But if you know also, if your if this boy or girl comes with bad mood, also you know probably what can make feel them happy. Okay, uh, talking with them with other things and give them or practice with them something that make them happy. I think music always, probably if the student wants to dance, in other words, make them to relax, make them to forget the problem, make them to do a different activity that make them to change his humor. Okay, that's all. Thank you very much for your attendance. It was a really pleasure to share with you my experience. Thank you.
Bien.
Good,
Bueno,
good evening, everybody.